Hello and welcome aboard the T-92, the American light tank. Yes, I just made a tank review about this tank, but in this battle, it's not so much about the tank as more of its role and overall how to lose a match despite having massive advantages. Now, I think I found my sweet spot here in realistic battle, and that is flanking the enemy. And as such, I think I'm doing reasonable well. The thing is this: there is this one big difference between realistic and arcade, and that includes a little bit the markers. In arcade, you have always some sort of front line. It's rare that a tank sneaks through. And there are two reasons for that. The first one are, of course, the markers. He gets spotted, he gets marked, so red boxed, and therefore, gets also shot at first because he's the closest to shoot at. And also, therefore, most of the times he is also the tank without cover. Often, not always. There are exceptions, but as a rule of thumb. The next thing is that everybody within arcade battle does have 3 respawns, regardless of how good or how bad he spawns, or if he has backup vehicles or not. You have 1 spawn and 2 respawns. So basically 3 lives. After that, you're out. In realistic, there is this point system. And that creates sometimes some funny dynamics. Very often, one team just, gets ruffle stomped. Now, here we are on Eastern Europe, and I begin to like this map more and more and more. It never was a bad map. Here I am hesitating a little bit, and I want just to make sure that nobody's around the corner, and so then I follow this IS-2, and 1 swift shot in the back of the turret. Thank you very much. Now, you will see a bit of a funny dynamic in this battle here as well. And I think it's not a spoiler when I say that we lose. We are fighting the Russians. Jokes aside, the Russians are really challenging opponents, let's put it that way. It is like it is. And I think in this battle it becomes apparent. Now, as you can see, there is 1 tank with me on the other side of the river. As I said, this is also some short range flanking, I guess. The river is a natural barrier with just a few bridges, overcoming the separation. So it's good enough. Despite that, I, want to make sure that none of the enemies also does have the same idea. Because, there is one bad thing to a flanker, and that is getting flanked in return. Now, I really begin to not like the T-92, but I respect it. I'm doing reasonable well. I'm developing more and more of a reckless playstyle because this vehicle is so tiny, and despite the poor acceleration, it is good enough. And watch this: there are at least 5 tanks, 6 tanks including me, over the front line, and yet the enemy has kept. And that was a nice blind shot. It was not a direct blind shot, but my experience from arcade tells me where I need to shoot. So the enemy has kept and was in the back of our team. And our team was in the back of the enemy team. Yet the enemy team capped. Alright? And just watch how long it takes until our team takes back the cap. And more player appear, and suddenly, you know, with me there are 2 other tanks that are camping the spawn. Now, you know, I'm a light tank. It is, you know, my duty, so to speak, to assist my team by keeping the flank clear. And that's another nice shot. I love APDS. I just love it. Now our team gets whittled down and whittled down and whittled down, and then all of a sudden it's just 4 tanks including me. And I just see, okay, A is not kept. I watch A is kept by the enemy. None of our tanks is going back. I have to do it. I cannot rely on the AAA or the other medium tank near A, as it seems like he behaves like he's either stupid or locked down. And then I get the message, attack the A point. So I know I have to act, because if I act too late, it can be literally too late. And that is when I watch the minimap too close, watch the team list, and don't pay attention to the front. And it's just now that I see him and I can't react in time, I try to get into a better position, but that's it. And I'm extinguishing the fire, still burned down. So, strong game mechanics. I mean, yeah, this shot would have been deadly anyways. So, and then I'm doing the one thing that you wouldn't expect somebody to do if he's in a hurry. I spawn in the T95. Yeah, let's just fast forward this. So the T95 is, yeah, I did a tank review about it, and again a little bit has changed, but the major problems still haven't been solved. The killing power has been substantially increased, and again I have to say that the King Tiger with the 10.5 is now left in the dust in terms of reload speed for such a caliber gun. But whatever, let's go back to the match, and I just get stolen the kill on this T54, as you know, a P47 just suicides into him. And this is by the way like 4 times forward. I was not knowing, or was not quite sure what this Kugelblitz was doing, but whatever. So, and this is practically the point, you know, where it comes all together. I have basically no support. I can't wait for this medium here in the back. I just look if the enemy tank that I saw on the radar was in the corner. He wasn't there. This is the safest route to go there. I need to at least decap. And so I then drive also in the low ground. And then something remarkable happens. Something that has not happened to me, let's say, in a very long time. I spot the enemy T54, take the shot out of desperation in the blind, and I get a strange overmatch and blow up his tank with all the engine shots. And then, of course, I get killed by a T-34-85 from the back. With 1 shot as well. Whatever. So, now it is at least decapped. But there is none of our team left in the area. And this Kugelblitz, yeah, it seems like he takes out the T-34-85, which tried to cap. But still, then I used the Walker Bulldog, and it just does have such a better feeling while driving. Now I'm on my last upgrade. It's just a brakes upgrades on the T92, but the Walker Bulldog has much better. It doesn't feel nerfed. It doesn't feel like glued to the ground, like, you know, not having an engine without power or, grunt. And so I'm checking around, and I'm going in. Now again, as I mentioned in the tank review that I uploaded yesterday, I don't know when you see this, maybe 2 days later, we will see, that the gun behaves relatively similar. But it doesn't matter. Yeah. So the thing was this, our team overextended, and I dunked a shot into the tracks. And of course, he hits my engine. I was very lucky that he didn't blow up it. And of course, I bounce on the gun mantle of the T 44-122. So, that was the match. We lost because our team overextended. Yeah, nothing more. The results are not that important. I did 5 kills, whatever. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Please subscribe if you want to see more. Please like the video if you did so. And hopefully we'll see each other on the battlefield.